Well, hello. For those of you who are new to my page, I am Jamila McMallow, and I am a life and relationship strategist. And I wanted to talk a little bit today. Um, this is just something that came up into my mind. So I've kind of got some chicken scratch notes here that I'm going to be working from, but I'm really just going to be speaking to you from where I'm at. So pardon me if periodically the thought doesn't flow as normal as it should. But I want to talk about healing and why it doesn't mean that you're soft when you decide to do healing. Okay. So first of all, I just want to acknowledge this. Okay. I get this concept of not glorifying the grind. Totally agree with that. Totally believe that women should not be killing themselves and pushing themselves and driving themselves to go do and be and not take care of themselves. Totally get it. Absolutely. But let me tell you something. There are some of us who are driven, who are go-getters, who are focused, who set our eyes on a goal and we go after it. We become like a machine. And there ain't nothing wrong with you kicking it in, boom, when you need to get it done. Yes, you can heal. Yes, you can become connected to your emotions and have an even greater impact and become more powerful in that which you do. But no, you do not have to become soft or diminish that which is actually working for you. Because although the reasons why you are this way may not have had the greatest or most beautiful lovey-dovey origin story or source, they have still served you and allowed you to be where you are today. You are successful. You are making money. You are making a difference. You are connecting with people. You are doing the thing. Whatever you set your mind to, you accomplish because that's who you are. And so I am never going to sit up here and tell you that that way of being that has allowed you to get to where you are in life is wrong. It's not. What we're going to talk about is the part that where you're not making yourself a priority, where you're perhaps just going a little bit too far beyond your limitations, just kind of reining it in so that you're not pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion or putting other people so ahead of yourself so often that you have nothing left and you start falling into resentment, etc., etc. But let me tell you where I'm at with mine as a life and relationship strategist, as also what is known as transformation life coaching. What we're not going to be doing is sitting around the campfire, singing kumbaya, braiding our hair and crying. That's not what I do. That's not what this is about. Ain't nothing wrong with that because I believe that there is a healing and restorative effect to being in nature. I'm just letting you know that that's not how I work. That's not how my clients work. That's not appealing to them. It's not appealing to me. I tried conventional, traditional talk therapy years ago. I didn't like it because I'm sitting there talking to this woman. There's no clear direction about what it is that we need to talk about. It's like, okay, well, I was born here. Well, I like that, this, and the other thing. And I went for a few sessions, but I'm going to tell you where I was like, okay, I'm done, is when I started talking about a particular aspect of my life. I like Latin dancing. And I'm like, yeah, and I like to go salsa dancing, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, what's salsa dancing? I said, I'm done. I can't be up in here pretending like I'm doing this. Now, I get it that when it comes to therapists or whatever, you have to find someone that works with you. It's the same thing with any person that you choose to hire. You got to find the right person for you. But for me, that wasn't going to work. I was not going to sit there and have an idle conversation about the minutia of my life that seemed to not have a point. And I'm like, I can't do this. So that didn't work for me. It works for a lot of people. And so I'm not knocking therapy. It works for a lot of people and helps them to move past certain emotional pain and trauma, etc. And there are different modalities. And so I'm referring to conventional talk therapy. That's what I tried. That's what didn't work for me. And that's like, okay. So my point being that for me, what I found to be extremely effective and that spoke to the kind of person that I am was self-development, was using coaches, was using holistic practitioners and wellness coaches and things along that line, because it allowed me to stay an active participant, to maintain some sense of control over the process. Because when you are this way, what you're not going to do is go sit down and pretend like you're about to start spilling your guts to somebody that you don't even know if they get it. Do you even get where I'm coming from? Do you even know the kind of woman I am, what I have done, what I have been through? Or are we just going to be sitting here chit-chatting? Can we get to the point? I'm here because I have a problem that I want to solve, and I don't have all day to solve it. That's where I'm at with mine. That's where I'm at with mine, and that's how I help my clients. My clients come to me because they're like, Jamila, I'm stuck. I'm done. Help me. No problem. Let's do it. Let's do this accelerated inner healing and move through it. It's going to be at your own pace, but it's going to be within a short period of time, because we're going straight to the source, straight to the bottom of it, and dealing with that. Because that's the root. We're not going to sit around and talk about symptoms. I'm not going to listen to you talk about your random stories that you continue to allow yourself to believe, oh, well, I'm this way because I'm this, which are nothing but excuses. Labels are excuses for you to justify self-sabotaging behavior that you know you need to change because it's not working for you. We're not having those conversations. If you haven't at least developed a sufficient level of self-awareness to know that, yeah, this isn't working, then you're probably not going to be my client. In fact, I can tell you my clients don't show up that way. Okay? I also know that women like me, women like this, driven, strong, successful, sometimes don't really actually believe that they have an emotional problem. They haven't actually come to be able to recognize that the block or the barrier is emotional in nature, because they have been so disconnected for so long, so focused on the grind, on the success, on the goal, that they haven't really stopped and paid attention to their own needs, their own desires, what they really want. Should they really be going after this? And so my point being is that if you are this way, if you have reached this level of success in your life because of your driven nature, because of your relentlessness, because of you becoming a machine, I commend you. I celebrate your success, honey. You are not weak. You are not broken, but you may have some blind spots that you're not aware of, and that's when I show up and help you. So sometimes my clients know what's going on, and sometimes they don't. And I'm able to help them shine a light in those dark places without making them feel weak, helpless, or damaged, because they're not. Whatever the circumstances were that they had to overcome, they overcame them and continued to move forward and grow. They're not bossy. They're not aggressive. They are not all these negative connotations that seem to follow women who are doing the thing. Because these women, my clients, the type of women that I work with, the type of woman that I am, we are doing a lot of good for a lot of people. And that's because of how we show up and show out. And that takes a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of focus, a lot of drive. And guess what? Nan one of us is going to apologize for that, because numerous people are benefiting from what it is we're bringing to the table, from what it is that we're offering. And so what I'm telling you is that no, I am not the coach for the person that wants to sit around and wallow in their excuses, who wants to sit around and tell their same old stories again, who wants to wallow in sad, negative emotions and memories and all that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're looking for, I'm not for you. I'm for the woman that's doing the thing, that's getting it done, that's driven, that's already got a measure of success, but wants more from the inside, gets that it's not just about the money. It's not just about the job. It's not just about the business. It's about me feeling fulfilled, finding a man who can love me for me, that I can feel vulnerable with and not unsafe, that I can know how to function in that relationship, that I cannot invite users and takers into my world who take advantage of me because I feel the need to overgive and be there for everybody as a tree, a rock, a foundation. Okay? That's who I serve. That's who I'm for. Okay? And so I say all that to say that if you are this woman, driven, focused, know what you want, No, you are not weak. No, you do not have to become soft. No, you are not bossy. No, you are not aggressive. You are the way you are because you had to overcome some challenges in life that other people have no idea what you've been through or what you've had to overcome. And you don't look back, you keep going. So I get it. I got you. But the thing about it is, when we come from that place of keeping our eyes focused and on the goal only and never really stopping and pausing to reassess, reevaluate, eventually we're going to get burnt out. We may even right now find ourselves not as happy as we really want to be, not as fulfilled in all the areas as we would like to be. There's a disconnect there still. So that disconnection that had to take place in order for you to survive, that has allowed you to become the machine or the successful woman that you are, that disconnection is going to eventually catch up with you, specifically in your personal relationships, in your personal life, which is actually the part of your life that matters the most, because that's going to be the source of your joy. That's going to be the source of your happiness. That's going to be the source of your fulfillment, not your business, not your job. Yeah, I mean, you'll be happy and all that stuff from that, but it's not what you're going to care about when it's all said and done. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so if you're not able to show up and attract and find and be in the types of relationships that nourish you, that allow you to truly be vulnerable and be you with acceptance, then that's a disconnect. And so that's what I do, is I help you to reconnect that. So no, you don't have to become a hot mess of tears and sadness. No, you do not have to give up your amazing, incredible, driven nature in order to heal and become an even greater, better version of yourself. Because let me tell you something. You're powerful right now. Like I said, what you do, you have a huge impact. But when you come from a place of being healed and whole, oh my goodness. Do you have any idea how much more incredible you become? Do you have any idea how much what you're already doing becomes amplified? Because now you're coming from a place of where you are connected. If this is just a piece of you that's doing all of this, imagine if the pieces are all working together as one whole, healed, healthy, happy woman. Imagine how you're going to be showing up in the world for your clients, for your business, for your company, for your family, for the man that you might be able to finally get into your life and succeed in a relationship with. Yes. He's not intimidated by your money. He's not intimidated by your degrees and your career. You're simply attracting the wrong caliber of man because that's coming from something inside, from that pain, from that trauma. It's not anything that you've accomplished. It's not anything outside of yourself. It's your stories, your beliefs, all of that stuff. That's what's holding you up in your personal life. And what I'm telling you is that to heal that, to move past that, to close that disconnection, you do not have to stop being who you are. You do not have to stop loving the parts of you that are working. You do not have to change the parts of yourself that are the foundation of who you are and how you function. Because let me tell you how I defined high-powered. Why that is my brand, high-powered healing. It's high-powered healing because it's high-powered in that it's an accelerated inner healing program. But how I define high-powered as far as my clients, as far as the women that I work with, is their work ethic, their attitude, their way of being. They show up to get stuff done. That's who I am. That's who I love, absolutely love to work with. Because, hey, like attracts like. We all love to be with like-minded individuals. But I get it. I understand what's going on in the background. I understand the barriers. I understand the fears related to being emotional, to crying, to not being allowed to feel, to not being allowed to express your emotions, to feeling unsafe. I get all of that. And I create that safe space to where you can finally allow yourself to fall apart to the degree that's necessary to build you back up so that you're able to show up even greater and more magnificent than you already are. Happy, healed, whole. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I'm not looking at the comments right now because I really want to stay focused. Like I said, this was something that just came on my mind and I had to get on and say it. And if I get caught up in comments and all that, then I get distracted. But let me tell you something. There is nothing wrong with you. No, you're not perfect. No, you don't do everything right. Yes, there's always room for improving and growing and becoming better. Absolutely. But do not allow anybody to diminish what you were able to piece together and build from the scraps you were given and that you started with and that you overcame. And now you're here with little to no support. Nobody's showing you how to do so many things. Yes, you had help along the way, but the people, your parents, more than likely, the ones that were supposed to set you up for success, did not, either unintentionally or intentionally. Sometimes they were selfish. Sometimes they were young. Sometimes they were absent. Sometimes they were overbearing. Sometimes they were abusive. Whatever the case is, they didn't give you what you needed and you had to figure it out, and you did. And that part, I celebrate. That part, I appreciate. That part, I love about you. Because that's the good stuff that came out of that situation and that has allowed you to serve the way that you serve and to show up the way that you do. But the parts of you that are hurt, the parts of you that are unhealed, the parts that are holding you back and those private personal areas, that's the stuff. That's the stuff that I help you work on in a way that empowers you, that supports you, that encourages you. Not that makes you feel like you have to do, be, or become something different that's uncomfortable. Because I know that that's probably why you shied away from healing or therapy or whatever, is because of the idea of what you feel that might mean for you or what that experience might be like. Well, let me assure you, I am not a therapist. This is not like therapy. I'm a CBT practitioner, cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a modality, but it is not conventional talk therapy. And no, I am not a licensed therapist or any of that, okay? This is about healing those old wounds. This is about empowering you with a new set of beliefs and a way to maintain them. This is about giving you the framework, the process, the roadmap, because you're an action taker. You're a doer. It's not that you haven't had the energy or the desire. It's just you didn't know how or who. Well, here I am, if this is the type of woman you are. And so I just wanted to go live and say this because I just want you to understand that when you see these posts on social media talking about, oh, don't push yourself and all this and that. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, no, we don't want to push ourselves to the point of exhaustion or go beyond our limits and develop a heart condition or become overweight because we're not taking care of ourselves. Got all that. What I don't want you to internalize from that is that your way of being, that there's something wrong with that. It's not. Because you're getting stuff done. You're helping people. But I'm going to help you help yourself in a way that celebrates, supports, and empowers you, not diminishes you, not makes you feel like you have to become something you're not. So if this resonated with you, please drop a comment below. Please drop a comment below if you're watching the playback of this, or if you're live. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? Am I talking to you? And then I also want to invite you to my free masterclass. It's upcoming on Wednesday, July 21st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it is Who Am I Anyway? Where we're going to be talking about some of the elements or ways of getting back in touch with yourself, creating that reconnection, as it were, so that you can start the process of becoming healed and whole so you can show up at really all full bars and 100%. All right? So please follow me at Coach Jamila LV, or if you're watching the playback on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Like I said, please comment below with your thoughts if you're feeling me. And if you have any questions, DM me. And if you're interested in my free masterclass, the link to register for Who Am I Anyway is in my bio on Instagram at Coach Jamila LV. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, I will put it in the description below. And if you're watching this on Facebook, then I'll probably put it in the comments. If you don't see it, DM me. I'm more than happy to provide it for you. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in with me here today, whether it was here on the live or, you're watching the replay. I would love to entertain some comments and feedback and things like that, but I had a limited amount of time, but I didn't want to let this thought go out of my mind without jumping on live and just talking to you, my heart to your heart. I hope that you felt me today because I'm talking to you. Okay? So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you here.